I am so excited because, as some of you know that follow me on Instagram, and if you don't, you should, I went to Israel last year. I went in November. I ate my way through the country. And in today's video, I'm going to show you my favorite way to make hummus that I learned from the locals in Israel. You will never make hummus the same way again. Hi guys, I'm Candace the Edgy Veg, and if you're new here, hi, hello, hit that subscribe button. I make delicious vegan recipes every single week, every Tuesday and Thursday at 4 p.m. And if you like these types of videos, give this video a big thumbs up and let me know in the comment section below what recipe you want me to try next. All right, so I went to Israel and pretty much gained 3 dress sizes. By the time I came back, I went for 2 weeks. I went with Vibe Israel, which is a group that takes people from all around the world and shows them how local Israelis live. So I got to travel to Jerusalem, I got to travel to Nazareth, and it was such a beautiful experience. I got to eat with locals, I got to go into places that have been there for like 40 years, just these beautiful old ladies just kneading bread by hand. It was amazing. So this is my version of the hummus from the Abu Hassan hummus place in Jaffa, which is also known as Yafo, which is the old part of the city in Tel Aviv. And what makes this hummus different from everybody else, although the owners say that they make hummus just like everybody else, it's not true, they're liars, is that you can have just traditional hummus, or you can have a different type of hummus, which I'm going to butcher the name of. I'm not even gonna try because I had so much trouble ordering it there, but it's a little bit of hummus mixed in with whole chickpeas, and they serve it also with ful, which is fava beans. So I wanted to try and replicate this hummus because it is honestly, like, swear to God, the best hummus I've ever had. So the main techniques you have to worry about when making this at home is soak your chickpeas. Yeah, I said it, soak your chickpeas. The great thing about this technique though is that you don't have to individually remove the skins off of any chickpeas. So there you go, because that's how people say all over the internet that you get the smoothest hummus. It's not true. Soak your chickpeas with baking soda and salt overnight. So I've gone ahead and done that. And then we are also going to cook it in an Instant Pot with more baking soda. And this just really breaks down the chickpeas. It makes them nice and soft, and it'll result in the smoothest hummus you've ever had. A couple other techniques that are different than any other hummus recipe is we are going to let the garlic sit in the lemon juice. And what that does is kind of mute the pungency of the garlic. It makes it less harsh. Another thing we're going to do that's different is we are going to blend the lemon with a little bit of chickpea cooking water as well as the tahini first before anything else to make a really smooth and silky tahini. And if you do that first, I don't know what it is about this technique, but it will again result in the creamiest, most robust flavored hummus. You can really top this hummus with whatever you want, but I'm going to be doing it the traditional style that they do at Abu Hassan, and we'll get to that a little bit later. But I have my 2 containers of tahini here that I brought home on the airplane with me from Israel because I have never tasted tahini like this. I haven't been able to find tahini like this here in Canada. Oh my God, I could drink it. It's liquid gold. Anyway, without further ado, let's start cooking. All right, the first step to making the best hummus ever is soaking your chickpeas. So use dry chickpeas. You can get them at your favorite bulk store, or you can just get them at the grocery store in a plastic bag. And what I did here is I took 1 cup of chickpeas and 4 cups of water, along with 1 tablespoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Now that may sound like a lot of salt. It just flavors the chickpeas. They will not be overly salty, trust me. And I let these sit on my counter for 24 hours. Now, if you have a warmer home, stick them in the fridge so that they don't ferment, but I live in Canada, there's snow outside, it's cold. These were fine on my counter close to a window. So I'm going to just drain these and then cook them in my Instant Pot. All right, I've gone ahead and I have rinsed the chickpeas really well. I've removed any sticks, stones, or any kind of harvesting debris. So I'm just going to stick it into the pot of my Instant Pot. And then to that, I'm going to add half of an onion, 1 bay leaf, and 1 clove of garlic. And what that's going to do is flavor the chickpeas, as well as some more salt and baking soda. Okay, now I'm going to take this and I'm going to fill it up with water so that there's about 2 inches between the top or meniscus of the water and the chickpeas. This is probably about 1 cup to 2 cups, but just eyeball it with your machine. All right, now I'm going to cook this in my Instant Pot at high pressure for about 15 minutes. And when the 15 minutes is up, I'm not going to release the pressure. I'm going to let it naturally release for another 20. while my chickpeas are cooking, what I'm going to do now is add the garlic cloves and some lemon juice and salt to a food processor. And the reason why I'm doing that is I'm going to, after I process it and mince up the garlic, I'm gonna let it sit in the lemon juice, and what that does is really mellows out the flavor of the garlic. It makes it less pungent. So this way I don't have to cook it beforehand, the garlic, to get, you know, all the like astringency from the garlic out and kind of get a nice garlic flavor. This will really mute that. So then what I'm going to do is just scrape down the sides and push all the garlic into the lemon juice and let that sit in the lemon juice until the chickpeas have cooked. Obviously, the longer you let it sit in the lemon juice, the less strong the garlic will taste. So it's just gonna hang out in there until we are ready with the chickpeas. All right, guys, I have let this cook. The entire process took about an hour for it to come to pressure, cook in the pressurized environment, and then allowing the pressure to naturally leave. So what we get is these beautiful, perfectly cooked chickpeas. So what you're seeing on the top there is the foam from the baking soda, but what we are going to do is drain the chickpeas from the liquid, put them into a separate bowl. And we want to keep the garlic, but get rid of the onion and also the bay leaf. We do not want to blend up the bay leaf. All right, and you want to make sure to keep the liquid, so I'm just going to take all the chickpeas out, put them in a separate bowl, and keep the liquid in the Instant Pot here because I'm going to need it for when we actually whiz it all together. All right, and if you're sitting there wondering why baking soda, like I'm sure many of you are, the idea is that when the chickpeas are soaking in the water, the acidity level, the pH balance in the water is too high. So baking soda, which is a leavener for, you know, baking, is more basic. So what it does is it makes the chickpeas more water soluble, meaning that they collect more water. It makes it a lot easier to cook them. It cuts down on the cook time, and it also makes them really nice and soft, which is perfect for the perfect, softest, smoothest, lightest hummus that you'll ever have. So our garlic has been sitting in this lemon juice for, I would say, about an hour. So what I'm going to do now is add my cumin, which I think is one of the less commonly used ingredients in kind of North American hummus. I don't really see it in a lot of recipes. And we are going to use tahini. This is a whole grain sesame tahini, so that is both the inside of the seed and also the shell. But you can use whatever tahini you want. There's even black tahini and like red tahini. I'm going to add that to my food processor. I've also seen people do this in a blender. I just find the food processor, the blades are much larger. There's more surface area in the bottom, so you get a closer kind of chop. And then we're going to add the cumin. And I'm going to start the food processor and slowly start adding in through the top here, kind of spoonfuls at a time, this delicious cooking liquid. So go in once in a while, especially if you have a larger food processor like I do. Scrape down the side, and you will notice with the tahini that it won't come together right away. It'll kind of separate first, some of it. Just keep going until it's nice and smooth. All right, so you want it to look something like this. It's nice and smooth. It almost looks like a sauce. And you could actually use this as a tahini sauce over some toast with vegetables or anything like potatoes, anything that you would use tahini sauce on. So now that we've done that, I'm going to add my chickpeas. So what I like to do is add the chickpeas first, start blending, and then start adding the cooking liquid. You will notice that I'm not using olive oil in the actual hummus itself. We are going to do some finishing with olive oil though. So what I'm going to do is I've mixed it up a little bit. I've scraped down the sides. Now I'm going to let it sit here and mix 3 to 4 minutes until it's super, super smooth. I'm so impressed. After 4 minutes of blending, depending on what kind of food processor that you have, it could take anywhere up to 10, but this is a soft, silky, velvety hummus. It's super smooth. And to do this, the style that they have it at Abu Hassan is I'm going to place it into a bowl, and then I'm going to top it with ful, which is a fava bean like dip mixture, olive oil, and then it's another type of hummus almost. It's called I'm gonna just butcher this name. I couldn't say it when I was in Israel either. musabecha, which is like a hummus, but not all the chickpeas are ground up. So I'm going to top it with all three and some parsley. And then it's up to you. You can also serve it, they serve it with a chili lemon sauce on the side as well. All right, I saved some of the chickpeas and this is what we're going to top our hummus with. I'm going to take a little bit of hummus and add it to the chickpeas. I've also added a little bit of olive oil and the cooking liquid. And we're just gonna mix that together, a little bit of parsley, and that is going to be the final topper. Molly went ahead and pre-made this fool, which is actually also used as a Egyptian and Lebanese breakfast dish. What I like to do is just pour this guy into a nice bowl with a big lip, and then I'll take my spatula and just kind of move it around. And because this is a more Israeli style hummus, it is a lot softer and silkier. Add my fool on the side, but then I'm going to add the chickpeas on the other side. What I like to do then is just add plenty of olive oil, a sprinkle of parsley, and there you have it. All right, so there you have it. This is my Abu Hassan style hummus that I had in Tel Aviv. I'm gonna give it a little tasty test. Molly, do you wanna give it a taste? Go for it. So we have the hummus with chickpeas mixed in, like whole chickpeas.
And this is the fava beans?
This is the fava beans, and then normal hummus and olive oil. And this is a spoon I got, a hummus spoon that I got when I was in Tel Aviv as well.
How do I? Oh, I'm making a mess.
And the key is to eat it warm.
Oh man.
So like, is that the best hummus you've ever had?
Wow, yeah, that's so like, it's like velvet. I'm so excited about this. Okay.
I mean, I think this is the best hummus you're going to have on this side of the world.
It's just like so airy and like soft.
Let me know if you plan on going to Tel Aviv. I highly recommend it. As a vegan, you go, you eat your way through the city. It is one of the most beautiful places I've ever been. It's one of the most delicious places I've ever been. I mean, I shared it all on my Instagram. I also wanted to let you guys know that I am going to Bali and you are coming with me. And I don't mean like through your computer, although we'll probably film some stuff while we're there. But I actually want you to come, like get on a flight and come to Bali with me. I'm going to leave all the links for that in the description box down below. It's 8 to 20 people. If we can get 8, great. If we can get 20, that's even better. The more the merrier. But we are going to travel Bali together. We are going to eat the best vegan food that we can find. We're gonna learn how to make traditional Indonesian food, and you are going to do some cooking workshops with me as well. Lots of sun and just relaxing and beach time. Also some ethical animal tourism. If you want to come on the Bali trip, go to the link in the description box down below, and then we can travel together. I can't wait to see you. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you next time. Bye. My God.